Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the new Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Nate Wade Subaru here in Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this Crosstrek. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter flat 4-cylinder that goes through a CVT automatic. Fuel economy is 25 around town and then 29 on the highway, with power outputs being 182 horsepower and then 178 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this video, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys will notice that we've got this black decal here in the center. This is actually to help out with reducing glare, which is really important off-road. So we've got the Crosstrek's new style of headlights, which I think look really sharp. And then you guys can see we've got the fog lights down below, and then I love the gold accenting here. And then you guys can see all the cladding on the front end, you know, off-roader stuff. And putting it all together, I think it looks really cool. And with this Wilderness package, we have 9.3 inches of ground clearance. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 225, 60, 17 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see with the wheels, they have like a satin black finish on them. I think that looks really good. And then I love the cladding here with the fender flares and then all the bodywork here on the side. Obviously it says Crosstrek, and you got the Wilderness badge as well. And then look at the mirror caps here again with the satin finish. And then taking a look at the full side view, this is where you guys can see the roof rails there, and then this is where you can tell that it's lifted. It almost looks like a dune buggy in a way with how it's lifted and everything. I think the aesthetic's cool on this. So taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock functioning, and then the opening for the hatch as well. And popping into said hatch, you guys can see we've got a cargo cover built in from the factory. We have our Wilderness floor mats and the cargo liner here in the back as well. But the big benefit of the Crosstrek, right, being a hatch means we've got quite a bit of vertical storage space. And when you're all done, just plop. Now I've got the Crosstrek's new style of taillights, another Wilderness badge down below. And then also it says Subaru there, it's like stamped into it. And you guys can see again with the gold here, parking sensors in the back as well. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks here with this Crosstrek Wilderness, but I'm gonna say it right now, this is my favorite looking Crosstrek. Now taking a look at the door panel, you guys can see two-tone with the coloration. We've got some padding down below with like neon stitching here, which is another cool part. And then look at these seats. So they're designed to be easy to clean, and that's also part of the coloration as well. But there you go. Now, although the Crosstrek is a smaller car, I actually fit back here very well. And we have some USBs here in the back, and then headroom, surprisingly good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, it's actually soft touch here at the top, and again you got more of like neon stitching and also down below, and again soft touch right here as well. We've got all of our window controls, front two are automatic. You got your mirror adjustments. I like this trim here. There's a quick look at the mirrors themselves. Then we have Wilderness stamped into the headrest, and then you guys can see here with the seat trim, looks really good. Power adjustments here on the side. And then here's a quick look at the pedals, nothing crazy happening there. And then you got more of like the carbon fiber print right here. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see really nice trim all around, and the gold theme continues. We've got paddle shifters here on the back for the transmission. We also have stuff like adaptive cruise control and steering assist. We have our little drive mode select here on the steering wheel. We've got voice command controls, volume controls, so all the practical stuff on the steering wheel, and then your regular stocks here on the back. Now taking a look at the gauge cluster itself, there's a few different menus we can scroll through here, and then again I can change the drive modes with my SI select. Now in reverse, we've got a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and sorry about the glare there, just the time of morning it is. But yeah, resolution with it is pretty solid. And then you can see the X modes actually up above. We have a snow, dirt, normal, and then a deep snow and mud mode as well. So not only does it have the SI drive, it also has the X modes. But here's the rest of the infotainment system. This is the same unit in other modern Subarus. I'm a huge fan of it. I usually don't like vertically opposed infotainment systems, but I like the fact that we've got the analog controls here on either side. You've got like the shortcut bar here at the bottom. And I don't know, Subaru just designed this in a way to where I don't like hate it. Normally I hate vertical systems, but they did a really good job with this. Also, physical buttons for the temperature too. Now, parts of the dash are actually soft touch, which is interesting. It's kind of like on the outside and then also here. And then I like this coloration down below. And then you got more of the kind of carbon fiber print. And I guess while we're in this area, here's a quick look at the glove box. Got a bunch of USBs, wireless phone charging pad, and then we have our shifter here for the CVT and more of that stitching. And then it does have the manual mode. Got a parking brake behind it. Heated seats here for the front. We got cup holders, got a 12 volt. And then here's the center console, got the nice gray trim, again with more of the bright stitching. And then, yeah, pretty good storage space inside. And then last but not least, we do have a sunroof, traditional one. Controls for it are just right there. Now taking a look at the window sticker, you guys can see 2024 Crosstrek Wilderness. We've got a bunch of standard equipment. Here's our base MSRP is $31,995. We do have some options added to us. So the big one is the package 23. So that adds the Harman Kardon sound system, power moonroof, and then also adds the power seats with the lumbar support and everything. And we have some other packages like the mirror caps and everything. Anyways, total MSRP $36,405. And let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear, and wilderness away. Subaru is wildernessing the world. Yes, wildernessing is now a verb. But yeah, I'm super excited. I've been waiting for a long time, months and months. Like I drive by the Subaru dealership all the time and I'm like, do they have a wilderness yet? And finally, Subaru has shipped out some Crosstrek Wildernesses. So I can finally do this review. I think this is going to be an absolute hit, especially here in Utah. People here in Utah, if you don't know, love Subarus and they love Crosstreks. And this kind of adds to that love, I think, for a lot of people because it's a more off-roady Crosstrek. A lot of people get Crosstreks because they want something that, you know, they're going to daily drive most of the time, but then they will take off-road occasionally. And this is going to be much better at doing that compared to a regular Crosstrek. More ground clearance, more aggressive tires. What more could you ask for? So, first off, damping's actually really good. It's very comfortable. It's kind of like a Subaru thing. It's just the ride with Subarus in general is just comfortable. But I think they did a really good job with the damping. And although this is lifted, it doesn't feel huge. Like sometimes, you know, lifted cars feel kind of tippy and all that kind of stuff. Doesn't feel that way. Doesn't feel that way at all. Yeah, the damping's really, really good. I'm quite impressed. I still feel like I'm driving like a dune buggy. It's kind of cool. It's a cool feeling. Okay, we'll get kind of an acceleration here. And it moves. I mean, that's the one downside that people talk about the Crosstrek, right? It's economical, it's more affordable, but it is definitely not quick. It's definitely not quick. But I mean, it moves. It moves. But yeah, I'm so far I'm really impressed. I also like I love these seats. I really like what Subaru's done with their interiors. They have like a durable feel. Like all the materials feel like they're gonna last a long time. And again, like this interior is meant to get dirty, right? They've made it so that it's easy to clean. Yeah, it's so easy to drive. The damping is so good with this. Yeah, this would be great. Again, as like, if you're just gonna go on camping trails, you know, nothing too crazy, right? I don't think that I'd expect to take this to Moab anytime soon. But like, if you're just gonna do some more quote unquote light off-roading, I guess is the way you could put it, I think this thing would do really well. Again, it's 9.3 inches of ground clearance. It's a lot. Like, just to give you an idea of how much ground clearance this has, the new Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro has less ground clearance than this Subaru Crosstrek. So if you consider the Sequoia a real off-roader, this thing is surely a real off-roader. So to cap things off, I think this thing looks amazing on the outside. I love the interior. I really like how this drives. It does feel a little bit sluggish. That's the truth. So here's my thing. And I think this should go to the Impreza as well. And I know a lot of people ask for this. I think that Subaru should just give this the turbo 2.4, right? You know, I know that there might be a lot of reasons against that, because I mean, this is already $36,000, and if they did the turbo 2.4, it'd probably be like $40,000. And then you have, you know, at that point, you know, some people be like, $40,000 for a Crosstrek, I'd rather buy an Outback, or I'd rather buy, you know what I mean? So I could completely understand. And I mean, they just got rid of the turbocharged engine in the Forester. I think 2018 or something was the last year. I can't remember. Or maybe it was, I can't remember. Anyways, the point that I'm trying to make here is I could understand why they wouldn't do that, because the pricing with different Subarus is already really close, and that would kind of make the gap even more close, and it might confuse buyers as to what Subaru they should go for. But at the same time, I do think there's a lot of people that just love the Crosstrek, love the Impreza, and would just want, you know, the turbocharged engine. And so yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Crosstrek Wilderness, and I'll see you.